Hello everyone, welcome back to this week's class. Today's class is all about cultivating compassion. So creating that feeling inside yourself, towards yourself, and just allowing yourself a bit of space. So today's class is going to be a shorter class, but it is focusing on 8 poses that are going to be helping to cultivate that compassion. So feel free to set up your atmosphere and we'll get started. Alright, so today we're going to begin in a seated position, so feel free to sit up on something. You can bring in a cushion or a blanket. We're just going to take a moment to begin to notice this position for ourselves. As our spine lengthens here and we grow from the base of the tailbone all the way up through to the top of the head. You can start to soften your gaze or close your eyes. And I invite you to bring one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. Relax through your forehead, through your eye muscles, your jaw. Begin to notice your breath. Breathing in fresh, clean air as you inhale. And exhaling what your body no longer needs. I invite you to begin to do a scan from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Noticing any tension in the body. Seeing if we can soften and relax the muscles around those areas. And also taking a moment to notice any particular strong emotions. And if there's anything that comes up for you, I invite you to say the words, "It's okay to feel this way. It's okay to feel this way." Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale nice and slow. Relax your hands onto the knees. We're just going to begin to move into some seated cat-cow. So we're going to loop the shoulders up to the ears, draw the shoulder blades down the back, lift the sternum up to the ceiling, and then big exhale, you're going to round through the spine. Give yourself a big hug here. Allow your chin to lower towards the chest. Take a moment to just pause and hold in this pose. Slowly come all the way back up here. Inhale to expand through the chest. Option to bring your arms up into our cactus or gold pose position. And then same thing, big exhale to round and give yourself a nice big hug. Inhale to rise all the way back up. Expand, draw the shoulder blades down. Relax through the arms, the shoulders. Take a nice deep, big inhale in. Big exhale. And breathing as you're in this position, nice full breaths. Feel the body move with each inhale and soften with each exhale. Slowly rise all the way back up here. Last one. Big inhale to expand through the chest, the sternum, the front of the shoulders. Big exhale to round back through the spine. You can slowly begin to release, to come all the way back to a nice upright position. And we're going to take it over to our tabletop. So feel free to have your cushion or blanket in underneath the knees here if that's comfortable for you. So from here, we're just going to have our knees underneath the hips. And we're actually going to take a look to see if our toes are in line with our knees, and then we're going to walk our hands forward and melt our head and chest down into a nice big puppy pose or heart to earth pose here today. You can begin to allow yourself to soften through the shoulders, the arms. Feel free to massage the forehead side to side on the ground beneath you. A nice big exhale to soften the body and relax into the ground beneath you a little bit more. Peel your nose to look forward, and we're going to slide onto the belly here to come all the way down. And we're just going to bring our elbows to line underneath the shoulders. Hands in line with the elbows here. You can untuck your toes. Press into the forearms, the palms. Begin to imagine you're ripping your mat apart with your forearms. Hug your navel towards the spine and extend up nice and tall here, all the way through to the top of the head. You can tuck the chin slightly to feel that elongation through the back of the neck. Nice, strong, powerful pose. And exhale to melt it all the way back down. You can press into your palms here. Make your way all the way up through tabletop. We're just going to find one down dog here today. Just option to do down dog if you're not feeling up for it. That's okay. You can be in mountain pose. So sending the hips up nice and high. Exhale, send them back. Just take a moment to walk it out, bending the knees back and forth. Melt the head and chest towards the ground. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to go to the top of your mat. And we'll slowly roll all the way up to standing. Once we arrive in mountain pose here, just take a moment to notice the feet on the ground. We're going to bring our hands to the center, palms together, center of our chest. Press into the palms, bend the knees, and step your right foot all the way back to our warrior 2 foot position. So toes are on towards the edge of the yoga mat. As we lift our hands up parallel with the ground, gently pull the pinkies back and look over your left fingers. Trying to keep that front knee over top of the ankle. And the knee is drawing towards the left corner of the mat. Excuse me. And exhale, hands to the waist. Turn the left toes to match the right. We'll toe the feet in a little bit here. We're going to take it all the way to the other side. We're going to turn our right toes, knees over top of the ankle. We'll walk that left foot back a little bit here. Stay strong through the legs. We're lifting up through the center as we send our arms out and gently pull our pinkies back and looking over the right fingertips. Exhale to release the arms, turn the right toes in, heel toes the feet in a little closer here. We're going to sweep our arms back into that cactus or goalpost position as we send our hips back and bend through the knees to come into our goddess pose. Trying to keep the shoulders aligned over top of the hips here. And relax through the arms. You can bend back to a nice straight leg position with the knees. We're going to make our way all the way down to our knees from here. Here, we're just going to find a bit of a camel pose. So we're going to sweep our hands around to our lower back. Fingertips pressed towards the ground. Now we're just gently pressing our hip points forward and then lifting our sternum towards the ceiling. Option to walk the hands down the legs or reach towards the heels. Again, just notice what feels good for yourself here today. Nice. And from here you can relax the arms. We're going to take it all the way into a nice big child's pose. So your version, whether you want your knees together or as wide as your yoga mat, we're going to begin to send the hips back and then melt the head and chest towards the ground. Eyes can be out in front or you can wrap them around to your toes. Slowly make your way all the way back up here. We're going to come all the way into a nice Shavasana from here. And send the legs out nice and long. Feel free to bring anything else in for comfort or warmth. And just make your way slowly onto your back. If you'd like an option to bring the hand back over the heart and one over the belly. And allow allow yourself to let your body sink into the ground beneath you, to sink into your yoga mat, and to feel completely supported here along your entire body length on the earth beneath you. Notice if you're holding your breath and see if you can allow your breath to flow naturally without restriction. Here, if you have more time, feel free to stay in Shavasana. Otherwise, you can begin to wiggle your toes and fingers, and when you're ready, make your way back to a comfortable seat. I invite you to take a quiet, still moment here to appreciate and thank yourself for taking this time for yourself today. Thanks so much for joining me here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.